Okay, Dr. Bagai, mercy for one and blocking up medical treatment for others who could have used that same bed for 37 years. And also the point that Mr. Bhaskar makes about the right to choose. You're not okay with it. Maybe there'll be some doctor who'll be okay with euthanasia. Maybe there'll be some relatives who'll be okay with euthanasia. If it's fine with them, then why not? Why not have that choice?
I think the prime issue over here is going to be in such a vast country like India, which has more than a billion population floating and growing. It's almost going to be impossible to control this even in major metros, leave alone the smaller tier 2, tier 3 cities and in villages. Coming to the point with regards blocking a bed and things like this, I think very clearly we treat a patient not on the expectation that the patient is going to have 100% recovery every time. So if a patient hypothetically doesn't have a recovery as 100%, it doesn't mean we don't treat that patient. The patient may have recovery as 100%, may have a partial recovery, and we do never say no in medicine. Medicine, like I have said, in the last 10 years is in such a state of flux, and it is improving, that things which were fiction 5-10 years back are facts now.
Fiction is becoming fact, Mr. Bhaskar. Medical recovery is moving fast at a very rapid pace. How do you prevent misuse? Property dispute. Somebody with a lot of money is forcibly given euthanasia by his relatives who want to usurp that money. Both Dr. Shetty and Sanjeev Bagai making the point that if you allow such a law to be formed, the potential of misuse is immense.
Rahul, I also want to come in.
Fear of misuse cannot lead to a ban of the practice. Point one. Point two, wherever euthanasia has been introduced, you have put into place a series of measures, a panel that decides when it should be used and when it should not be used. It's not given out indiscriminately. As far as quacks are concerned, even today quacks continue to practice with or without legal sanction. Finally, please remember that euthanasia in a passive state is one where ideally, a person should be allowed to have a living will and advance directives, that is the directive that is acceptable in most developed countries. In India, the Supreme Court has admitted a petition that the advance directive should become law. If it does, that some of the ambiguities that the other doctors talk about will be eliminated.
Okay, so let me now come to the second center stage face-off question for this evening. So should the government now bring about a law to govern euthanasia? Passive euthanasia, Father Dominic Emmanuel, has been given an okay under certain specific conditions. Do you think the best way to move forward is for the government to bring a law which really lays down what can and cannot be done?
No, I don't think that even the government should have a say, or even the Supreme Court should have a say. See, life is basically given by God, and only God can take it away. We have no right. If we cannot make life, we cannot take it away. That is a fundamental rule of life. And what Dr. Bhaskar is talking about, dignity, I want to ask him, has he not himself seen people suffering? Do you know that every day 330 million people go to bed hungry in this country? Are they not suffering from hunger? What do we want to do with those 330 million people? Get rid of them, or try and find ways to help them? Your and my conscience should be coming forward to find ways and means to help those people who suffer rather than get rid of them. Another thing I want to point out. While we are clamoring with the Supreme Court and with other courts to make laws, and thank God there have been laws made now so that children do not get rid of their parents, and if parents are harassed by their children to ask them to get out of homes, etc., they can be taken to task. On the one hand, we are making a law and supporting that law that children should not be allowed to harass their parents. Here we want to get a law of passive euthanasia or active euthanasia. I mean, this is just a play of words, passive or active euthanasia. What we need to do is, like we are protecting our parents by law from their own children, as Dr. Bagai was rightly saying, that people will want to kill others because there is a big amount of money and wealth that is lurking there. And in order to get them, they'll make false affidavits, which our country is known for. I mean, what are we talking about?
Okay.